Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel's Med Chat, and this is your official WWE Clash at the Castle review. How is everybody doing on this lovely fucking Saturday afternoon? My goodness, I had an amazing freaking morning this morning. I dropped off my stuff dropped off my son's stuff, and then I got home and as I was coming home, I was because I used the transit system here, and I took the earlier bus. I decided to take one that's not directly in front of my apartment, but I walked. It was a beautiful day, so I decided to enjoy it. So I got a new dentist, and I'm actually excited to start using them in August. So then I came home. I had a late breakfast, took care of some stuff around the house, watched Clash at the Castle, watched the the press conference, and now I'm here. So I'm not going to stay on here too long. I'm going to just get you to the point, and I'm going to get you out of here because I want to eat dinner, I want to take a shower, and I'm going to go to bed early. So let's get this party started. But please do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, upload a video, or do a short, you will know about it. Please also follow me on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, X, Cameo, all Mel's Mad Chat. The only two that is different is my Snapchat and OnlyFans, which are real Mel's Mad Chat. As of July 1st, it will be now under a paywall. So sorry, people, but you want to see my content? It's going to cost you. So, also, please do me a favor and go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. It's still not too late to get gifts. So tomorrow's Father's Day. By the way, happy Father's Day to all. I have this amazing shirt from them. I love it. It's great. I can't believe it fits me, and with my big boobs and everything. So it's like it's a really great shirt, and I've had it for like a little over 5 years. So go check it out, and they have plenty of other merch. So go check it out, maestroclassics.com. Also, please do me a favor. Go check out the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. If you want to murder your thirst and you need the artillery to murder your thirst, please go and stock up on your artillery to murder your thirst. They have regular water, unflavored seltzer water, flavored seltzer water, iced tea, and sports packs. And they have righteous merch. Go check it out at liquiddeath.com. If you're a coffee aficionado, just like I am, do yourself a favor and go check out the people over at Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Visit their website and sample the world's strongest coffee with the lowest acidic rate. They have flavored coffees, and they also have accessories and merchandise. So go check them out. Also, please go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. They have 2 events coming up. They have High Intensity, where the AEW World Heavyweight Champion is going to be in the house, Swerve Strickland, if after Forbidden Door. Then we have the East Coast versus the West Coast, the Future Stars of Wrestling versus HOG Wrestling, and that is August 17th, so Friday, July 26th, and August 17th. If you want to keep track of what's going on in HOG, go check out at hogwrestling.net and follow them on all their social media platforms. All right. Clash at the Castle. There was no pre-show matches, so we can get right into the whole kit and caboodle of it. We had an I Quit match, AJ Styles versus versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. We have for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. The women's championship match, Bayley versus Piper Niven. Happy birthday, Bayley. WWE Intercontinental Championship match, Sami Zayn versus Alpha Academy's Chad Gable. WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Triple Threat match, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Isla Dawn and Alba Fire versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. There was no pre-show match, so that was a good situation for me. So we are basically going to go right into the opening match, which was AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes. And I'm telling you, I was expecting a train wreck, but it was a really good match. It also opened it, which was great because you kind of figured both of those were going to bookend the matches. Hold on. It's a family thing. Sorry. So WWE Clash of the Castle opens up with Michael Cole speaking while the footage is shown fans during the venue was shown. We get a separate shots of the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes and the phenomenal AJ Styles from earlier in the day, along with the arrivals of WWE Women's Champion Bayley, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. We get a video package of WWE Clash of the Castle, and Michael Cole welcomes us to the show. And I'm so fucking thrilled that Wade Barrett was on commentary. And it was a sold-out crowd of 11,391 people. So we're going to go right into the first match. Match starts off with Rhodes hitting a fury of right hands on Styles. Rhodes then hits a power slam on Styles. Rhodes then goes for a disaster kick, but Styles reverses it into a Manhattan drop. Styles then sends Rhodes into the turnbuckles, chest first. Rhodes then escapes a slam from Styles and hits him with a few jabs. Rhodes then hits a bionic elbow on strikes on Styles. Styles then knocks Styles off the apron. The referee then asks Styles if he quits, and Styles tells the referee to get away from him. Rhodes then pulls the table from underneath the ring. Styles then gets to his feet while Rhodes sets up the table. Rhodes then says Styles into the ring steps. The referee then asks Styles if he quits, and Styles says no. Rhodes then runs Styles into the barricade, sending Styles into the crowd. Rhodes then hits an axe handle on Styles off the barricade. Styles and Rhodes then fights into the crowd. Rhodes and Styles then fights into the control room backstage. Styles then chokes Rhodes with a headphone cord. Styles and Rhodes then fight out onto the stage arena. As the fight spills back into the ring, Rhodes puts Styles in a figure four. Styles then screams in pain as the referee asks him if he quits. Rhodes then asks him as Styles tries to crawl to the ropes. Styles then manages to get the bottom rope to break the hold. That shouldn't have been. Rhodes then goes for a suplex, but Styles reverses it into a suplex of his own, sending both men tumbling over the top rope. I'm sorry. Oh my God. My nose cannot stop running. Rhodes then struggles to get to his feet. Styles then hits a DVD on Rhodes on the commentary desk. Styles then picks Rhodes up and hits him with a brainbuster on commentary desk. Rhodes then refuses to quit. Styles then uses the mic on the referee is holding a weapon, hitting Rhodes on the head with it. Styles then slams Rhodes' head into the bell. Rhodes' mother is shown in the crowd. Styles then trash talks her while she screams back at him, and it shows that Rhodes' head is busted wide open. So we started with Dustin at the beginning of the week. Now we ended with Cody. I had a feeling if Dustin was going to bleed, he was going to bleed. Styles then works over Rhodes. The referee then asks Rhodes if he quits, and Rhodes says absolutely not. Styles is livid as Rhodes refuses to give up. Rhodes and Styles then trade punches. Rhodes then hits the ropes and runs right into a high angle dropkick to face from Styles. Styles then sets up a Styles clash on the ring steps, but Rhodes counters it into a back body drop. After an exchange of strikes, Rhodes hits Styles with a disaster kick. Styles then knees his way out of Crossroads and nails Rhodes with a Pele kick. Styles then hits a DDT on Rhodes, and Rhodes refuses to quit. Styles then continues his assault on Rhodes. Styles then wraps a chain around his neck. The crowd then boos as Styles drops a knee on the chair, crushing Rhodes' throat, and Rhodes evidently refuses to quit. Styles then brings a kendo stick into the ring. Rhodes then stumbles around the ring as Styles wears him out with the kendo stick. Styles then holds Rhodes' head in the air and demands Rhodes quit while he stares at his mother. Rhodes then screams the hell no. Styles takes his belt off and whips Rhodes with it. Styles then puts Rhodes in an STF, and Styles tells Rhodes to quit in front of his mom. Rhodes then says no and passes out. Styles then tells the referee to call the match, and referee tells Styles that Rhodes has to say he quits, but Rhodes is out cold. Styles then pours a bottle of water on Rhodes and tells him to wake up. Styles then brings a pair of handcuffs from underneath the ring. Rhodes then withers in pain as Styles hits him with a kendo stick, but Rhodes still won't quit. Styles then rolls out of the ring and gets in Rhodes' mother's face. Rhodes' mother then slaps Styles in the face 3 times. Styles then grabs a chair and bows up to Rhodes' mother. Styles then hits Rhodes with a chair several times, yelling that it's his mother's fault. Rhodes then grabs a chair while Styles wraps a chain around his elbow. Styles then goes for a phenomenal forearm, but Rhodes tosses a chair at Styles' face as he springboards and Styles falls through the table. Rhodes then finds a handcuff key in the bag, and the handcuffs were in the uncuffed themselves. Rhodes then hits 3 crossroads in a row as the referee motions towards Styles. Rhodes then tells the referee not to ask Styles if he quits. Rhodes then handcuffs Styles to the ropes and nails him with 3 steel chairs. With a steel chair. The referee then asks Styles if he quits. Styles tells Rhodes to go screw himself. Rhodes then brings the ring steps in the ring as he walks towards a handcuffed Styles, and Styles yells, "I quit." So, where do we go from here? Well, I predict that Styles is going to ask to go to TNA for a while. He's going to win the world title, put somebody over, whatever the case may be. He's going to do a little business, and then he's going to get the TNA Hall of Fame ring. Oh my God, I am so thirsty, and I know I'm drinking water, shockingly. It's just I got this bottle today, and I want to get rid of it, and I only took 1 sip, so then after the match, Rhodes and his mother lock eyes. Rhodes then blasts Styles with a nasty shot in the head with the ring steps. As Rhodes is celebrating on the ramp, Solo Sikoa makes his way out and stands next to Rhodes. Rhodes and Sikoa then stare each other down. Tama Tonga then attacks Rhodes from behind, and Randy Orton and Kevin Owens make the save. Next up is the Women's Tag Team Championship. So the match starts off with Belair, Baszler, and Dawn. Dawn hits a drop kick and Belair hits corner. 10 punches on Baszler. Dawn then charges in and Baszler backflips over Dawn. Dawn then spears Baszler and Belair hits the superstar press. Everyone then tags out and Fire and Stark nailed Cargill with kicks. Stark and Fire then both put top wrist locks on Cargill, but Cargill powers out. Cargill then hits a splash on Fire, then and Stark. Fire then goes on top, but Cargill cuts her off and lifts her in a gorilla press position. Stark and then charges in and gets caught by Cargill. Cargill then hits Samoan drop on Fire while hitting the fallaway slam on Stark. Belair and Cargill then destroy all the other women. Baszler, Stark, Fire, and Dawn then huddle outside the ring. All four women then attack Belair and Cargill. Stark then blindsides Dawn. Baszler and Stark then take turns working over Dawn. Baszler and Stark then set up their finish on Dawn. Dawn then back body drops Stark and runs over Baszler. Fire then hits a tornado DDT. Stark and Baszler then end up outside the ring. Fire then hits a double jump sentence landing on Baszler and Stark. Belair then breaks up Fire's pin after a missile drop kick on Baszler. Fire then sends Belair out of the ring again. Cargill is nowhere to be found. Baszler then avoids Dawn, who ends up being sent to the ring post. Stark and Baszler then set up a suplex on Fire, but Dawn turns it into a Tower of Doom. Belair then hits a suplex on Stark. Cargill then finally makes her way back up the apron. Belair then manages to tag in Cargill, and Cargill goes for a springboard but slips on the ropes. Cargill then recovers and clears the ring. Baszler then puts Cargill in a careful clutch. Cargill then seems to tap, but the referee doesn't see it. Cargill then collapses. Cargill and Baszler are on the mat. Belair hits a 450 to break up the pin. Belair and Cargill then hit their finish on Stark. Dawn then pushes Cargill out of the ring as Fire holds Belair, and Dawn steals the pin. And what was I telling you? They were going to win. And it was emotional, and Alba Fire's mom is probably smiling down on her. After the match, Fire and Dawn make their way to ringside and celebrate with their friends and family, who give them each a bouquet of flowers. Fire was emotional. Cole mentions that it's been a tough 3 weeks for her. Fire and Dawn then return to the ring and soak up the adulation of the fans. I love it. It was a very it was a heartfelt moment. It was a good feel-good moment. I'm trying to get the fucking terminology here. We go to the Intercontinental Championship match, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. The match starts off with Zayn and Gable trading headlocks and takedowns. Zayn then sends Gable flying with a series of hip tosses. Gable then puts on the brakes and almost locks in the ankle lock, and Sami gets to the ropes immediately. Zayn then sends Gable over the top. Gable then moves as Zayn sets up a dive. Zayn then backflips off the ropes back into the ring. Gable then tells Otis and Maxie to remember what he said. Zayn then rolls out of the ring and tells Otis he's better than this. Zayn then rolls back in the ring. Gable and Zayn then trade slaps. Gable then puts Zayn into the ankle lock, and Zayn gets to the ropes. Gable then kicks Zayn's arm and refocuses his attack on Zayn, now injured appendage. Zayn then tries to rally back and hits a flurry of chops and strikes on Gable. Zayn then leapfrogs over Gable and clotheslines him over the top. Gable then gets to his feet as Zayn hits him with an Arabian press. Zayn then sends Gable back to the ring and tries to dive off the top. Gable then meets Zayn in midair with a dropkick, and Zayn kicks out. Gable then hits the ropes and hits with a one-arm Michinoku driver for a near fall. Zayn goes for a blue thunder bomb, but Gable reverses it and hits a power bomb. Gable then hits a diving headbutt on Zayn, and Zayn kicks out. Zayn then hits a series of German suplexes on Gable, and Gable tries to counter after trading counters. Zayn hits Gable with a half Nelson suplex, and Gable kicks out. Gable then puts Zayn in a crossface. Zayn then reverses it into a crossface of his own, and Gable reverses that into an ankle lock. Zayn then turns it into a pin, but Gable kicks out. Gable then places Zayn on the second rope and tells Maxine to hit Zayn with the title, but Maxine doesn't want to do it. Gable then furious at Dupree and told her to join him on the apron. Gable then told Dupree that he's sick of her never listening. Zayn then goes for a haluva kick, but Gable avoids it. Zayn then stops him from hitting the move and checks on Dupree. Gable then hits the Chaos Theory on Zayn for a near fall. Gable then goes to ringside to scold Dupree. Otis then gets between them and goes face to face with Gable. Zayn then dives from the ring, and Otis shoves Gable out of the way and takes the move himself. Zayn then avoids the move from Gable and hits him with an exploder suplex. Zayn goes for a haluva kick, but Gable rolls to the floor. Zayn then follows Gable, and it was put in a ankle lock on the floor. Zayn then rolls out of the move, which sends Gable crashing into the bad leg of Dupree, and Otis was mad. Gable then returns to the ring and starts bickering with the referee, hoping Otis would attack Zayn. Otis was distracted by Dupree and picks Dupree up. Gable then yells at Otis from the ring. Otis then carries Dupree in the back. We return to the ring and hits a Galuva kick and for the win, and Sami Zayn retains. So where do we go from here with Gable? I think Alpha Academy is going to get a fucking upgrade. So then after the match, Zayn celebrates outside the ring and Gable gives him a death stare. Zayn then looks at Gable and it does it's over gesture. We head to the back where Kathy Kelly interviews the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Fire and Dawn speak about winning the titles, having all Scotland from behind them. Dawn then says the plan on keeping the titles for a very long time. And then we go into the women's title match, which is Bayley versus Piper Niven. The match starts off with fighting spilling out of the ring. Niven misses a crossbody and Bayley sends Niven back into the ring. Green then tries to grab Bayley's leg and Bayley stomps on Green's hand. Green then jumps on the apron and complains to the referee about what just happened. The referee then tosses Green from the ringside. Niven then hits a senton on Bayley off the apron. Niven then hits a running senton on Bayley and goes for a pin, but Bayley kicks out. Niven then works over Bayley, and Bayley sends Niven out of the ring. Bayley then hits a dive on Niven, but Niven drives Bayley into the ring apron. Bayley then hits a rolling senton on Niven off the top. Bayley then goes back up top and hits an elbow drop on Niven, but Niven kicks out. Niven then hits Bayley with a sit down. Niven then hits Bayley with another running senton. Bayley kicks out. A masked luchador who just so happens to be just dressed like Chelsea Green makes her way out and to distract the referee, which it keeps from making the 3 count. Niven then hits Piper driver on Bayley for a near fall. Bayley then avoids a senton splash. Bayley then goes for her finisher, but Niven avoids it. And Bayley hits Bayley with a headbutt. Bayley then outs Niven in a crucifix position. Bayley puts Niven into a pin crucifix using a crucifix driver and gets the 3 count. So Bayley wins on her birthday. Shocking events. You knew it wasn't going to happen. Come on, people. Come on. So then after the match, Bayley gives Niven a nod from ringside and the crowd applauds Niven. The reigning world's strongest man, Tom Stolman, was in the crowd. Michael Cole hypes up the poster show, and they showed a commercial for the upcoming Money in the Bank, which is next month. These PLEs are kicking my ass. I'm swearing to Jesus. Enough is enough. I swear to God. The main event. The WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. The entrance for him was pretty cool. And there's this new decimeter. So they're going to be starting to use that as a new thing. And it is what it is. All right? It is what it is. So the match starts off with McIntyre sending Priest over the top rope with a clothesline. McIntyre then hits a dive. Priest on Priest. McIntyre then delivers some chops on Priest on the outside. Priest then nails McIntyre with an elbow. McIntyre then hits a chop on Priest. Priest then responds with a right hand and hits the ropes, but gets blasted with a spine buster by McIntyre. McIntyre then misses a charge in the corner, and Priest hits a splash on McIntyre in the corner, followed up with a broken arrow. But McIntyre kicks out. McIntyre then tries to get back in the match, and Priest rolls out of the ring. McIntyre then sends Priest into the commentary desk before Priest can collect himself. McIntyre sends him into the Prime Energy drink set up at ringside. Priest then goes for a Skywalker press, but gets his foot caught in the ropes. McIntyre then stomps Priest while he's hanging upside down, and Priest gets free. McIntyre then suplexes Priest back in the ring. Priest then nails McIntyre with a lariat and goes for a South of Heaven. McIntyre avoids it and hits a Priest with a Future Shock DDT. But Priest kicks out. McIntyre then runs into a boot from Priest, and Priest hits McIntyre with a razor's edge. McIntyre then kicks out, and McIntyre and Priest trade shots. Speaking of McIntyre, he was at ICW last night. McIntyre hits a neck breaker on Priest and calls for the Claymore. Priest then rolls out of the ring, and McIntyre hits Claymore kick on Priest through the barricade. McIntyre then rolls back into the ring. McIntyre then calls for another Claymore, but Priest reverses it into a South of Heaven, and McIntyre kicks out. Priest then favors his ankle while he sets up for a Hurricane Rana off the top rope. McIntyre then gets up and hits a Claymore out of nowhere, but Priest kicks out of it, and McIntyre is shocked. McIntyre then hits an overhead throw on Priest, and the referee ducks out of the ring to avoid getting run over. As the referee gets back on the apron, McIntyre sends Priest into the referee. McIntyre then hits another Claymore on Priest, but there's no referee to make the count. The referee runs down to make the count, and he counts to 2, and the referee stops. The camera then pans around, and it's CM Punk. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? In a referee shirt. McIntyre then grabs Punk by the throat, but Punk kicks McIntyre in the balls. The referee then gets back in the ring, and Priest hits McIntyre with the South of Heaven for the win, and that is it. This was very, very simple. Very, very simple. Speaking of CM Punk, he's probably already cleared. It's just the formality. He's going to be going to Chicago, and he's going to be on SmackDown. So when he's going to be making the announcement. So much for that draft situation. So that is basically about it. Very cut and dry. Very simple. I love these types of pay-per-views or PLEs. We started at 2 and it ended at a little after 4. Hey, Tony, please get the fucking the memo. We don't need to go from 8 to 1, all right? That's all in the past. Also, Chad Gable has re-signed with WWE, so all you AEW shills, please move on. So that's basically about it. If you want to go check out the rest of my content, including episode 344, it's on the channel right now. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, you will all know about it. And or upload a video, do a short, whatever the case may be, you will all know about it. Please do me a favor. Go check out my Astroclasses at myAstroclassics.com. Go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Go check out HOG Wrestling and hogwrestling.net. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Cameo, and X. Also follow me on OnlyFans and Snapchat. So all of that. It was a really fun, airy fucking pay-per-view. Thank Christ that, it's done and over with. And now in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing the Forbidden Door. So that I'm going to be covering that, but I will be doing the preview and predictions on that very morning. So I actually can have a breather instead of scrambling that week. But I will be back here for episode 345 on Friday, this coming Friday. So look for that. I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I know, but it's got to be a bigger story. And I think what I've been saying, that he's going to be facing that Punk at SummerSlam. So it's going to be a barn burner. But yeah, I would have had him. But also you got to figure out that Gunther is going to be challenging Damian Priest, and honestly, I don't think he should be. Gunther should be waiting it in Germany. That's just my case, but he's going to be getting it at SummerSlam. It is what it is. But that's it. 35 minutes. I'm in and out of here. I love this shit. More the fucking merry. I don't mind streaming, but 35 minutes, that's a win for me. So I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. I'm going to go take a shower, have dinner, and enjoy the rest of my evening. Again, happy Father's Day to everybody, and I'll check you on Friday at 2 p.m. for episode 345. Have a great Saturday. Check you later. Bye.